Ladies and gentlemen, my name is XPCReaper. I'm just bringing you this short little intro. I forgot to do one before for Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. This episode is going out specifically for TrojanHorseGaming, and we're going to just give you some factual information I forgot to put in the previous part of the video, so I'm just going to slot it right here in at the start. This game was developed in 2011, released in September 2011, for Xbox 360, PS3 and PC. It's developed by Relic Software, who have produced Company of Heroes, the Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War and Space Marine game, obviously. Dawn of War, by the way, they produced all the games in the series, and they also produced the Homeworld series. Average reviews for this game are around 75%, and that's for all platforms. It's available for £19.99 on Steam. You can probably find it cheaper on third-party sites when you're getting Steam keys, or on console, probably cheaper still, new. I think I picked up a copy on Xbox 360 last year for £10. This game is just fantastic for me. But let's look at the PC options. Gameplay options. You've got horizontal and vertical sensitivity, which you can adjust separate from each other. Hell yes! You've got look inversion, you can do that. You've got mouse smoothing, and if you've got a gamepad plugged in, you can use it. The gamepad controls are extremely intuitive. I won't deny that. Let's look at this right here. Aspect ratio. Let's just go. Alright, you got 4:3, you got 16:9, 5:3, 8:5, 5:4, 85:48, 85:64, 683:384, 222:125. You've got so many options. I play in 16:9, so of course I run it on 1920x1080. This game runs perfectly on my machine. Shadows, you can put the details low, medium and high. Unfortunately, there's no benchmark system like there was in the Warhammer 40,000 Dawn of War 2 game, so that you know what frame rate you're getting. But you've got post-processing, you've got vertical sync, you've got ambient occlusion, gamma and brightness. All in all, the actual adjustments you can do in terms of graphics are not that particularly good. Audio, you've got separate sliders for music, sound effects and speech. You've got audio subtitles, and you've got a push to talk button. That right there. If I don't want to talk to people online, I can put on the push to talk option. That means the only time I will talk to them is when I'm holding down the key to actually talk. If I switch that off, I'll be broadcasting my voice permanently for them. I can actually adjust that. Fully rebindable keys. That's awesome. I like that in a video game. Fully rebindable keys. Aim toggle. You can also set things like, you'll see on my mouse I actually have the mouse wheel up. I've got mouse wheel down. I've got, if I press the mouse wheel in, that's mouse wheel 3 of course. And then I've got mouse wheel 4 and 5, which are the forward and back buttons for internet browsing on my mouse. I can bind every single one of these right here, which is awesome. I love that. You can disable the Windows key as well. I have mine permanently disabled because I went into the registry and made that adjustment, but if you don't want to go into your registry editor just to turn off Windows key so that you don't minimize out of Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine, they've got it covered for you. You can enable or disable it, which is just perfect. You've got a number of different DLC packages. The Exterminatus DLC was free, by the way. I cover it later on in the actual video, but Exterminatus was free. They've got paid map packs out, and they've got a couple of premium weapon and player skins, but in all honesty, Doesn't really matter. By the way, look at that. THQ Community. This was published by THQ. Yeah, they've got a good catalogue under their belt. Seriously. If THQ publish it, it's bound to be good. But of course, we'll get into the actual video. And I just wanted to put this little bit in here to give you a bit of information about the game. And to actually show you the options menu, which I forgot to do. But now we'll be switching over to the next part of the video, so stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is XPCReaper, producing another episode of the library card for TrojanHorseGaming. This is a game, I'm not gonna lie, I'm excited to bring to you. This is one I'm bringing to you, not because I feel it's something I should do as a public service announcement or anything, but because this game I fucking love. There's no other word for it. I love this video game. It's completely fantastic. We're gonna look at the multiplayer section of it, particularly a mode called Exterminatus, but first off, let's go into customization. Now this is very much a the more you play it, the more you unlock sort of game. A lot of the perks and all are very much improvements on other ones. Like at the moment I'm using weapon versatility. I unlocked this, I think it was like rank 13 or something I unlocked it, but it was just so much more powerful than what I had before. Like, I originally had it so that I could reduce my time for deployment before returning to battle, as well as my tactical readout so that I could see an enemy's armor and health indicators. What do I have now? Now, I'm carrying a Storm Bolter, which is... Let me just give you an example. You see the size of those barrels? Yeah? You see the size of this Space Marine? He's about 8 foot tall. These bullets that it's firing, these aren't even bullets. These are rocket-propelled explosive shells. If there's one thing Warhammer 40,000 does with an absolute air of perfection, it's overkill. This plasma gun right here, this, look, that's not a small barrel. That's not. I'm gonna be firing bullets which are the size of my fist. Not actually the entire size, but 2 of my knuckles. Each bullet is about the size of 2 of my knuckles on a closed fist in diameter. That's amazing. This is just overkill right here. I can swap race. That right there, I can see what I look like carrying these guns as both my normal Space Marine and a Chaos Marine. On top of that, you might not think these look particularly cool or anything. Maybe you don't like the appearance of it. You don't? Oh, what's that? Let's have a look at this. Maybe I want to start off with something like an Ultramarines base. Maybe I want to adjust something. Say, I want different helmets. I play on multiplayer, and I can unlock them. I can make it so that I can custom craft my own character. You can unlock so much stuff. Maybe you like that. Maybe, like me, you're more of a fan of the Mark 8 Errant armor. Because, to me, the Mark 8 Errant just looks like one of those big-ass juggernaut AOD suits. It looks intimidating. It looks big and tough and bulky and just perfect. And then, if you want all of that stuff as well, say I don't want that shoulder badge, you can pick from so many. Some of you out there are probably thinking, Mark, why are you going for Black Templars? Actually, you know what? Yes, chapters. Let's have a look for my baby. Let's look for my ultimate favourites, the Black Templars. These guys right here. I love them so much, I've got one tattooed on my goddamn chest. Why? Because these guys don't fuck around. In the Warhammer 40,000 universe, some of them have training things where you'll just go and you'll practice as a Space Marine before you go into combat. And then, once you've practiced enough, then they'll send you into active combat. What do a Black Templar do? They threw you into the thick of it. If you don't survive, you're not good enough. That's as simple as it is. You can have that right there. He's got a massive jetpack, and look at the size of that hammer. You know the best thing about that hammer? It's charged with electricity. It's got an electric charge to it. So not only am I going to be crushing their skulls, I'm going to be basically defibrillating to death at the same time. Look at that Devastator. Look at the size of that barrel. That guy's firing massive fucking shells. All of this is just perfection. Plus, these default things, you don't like the default things? You can change it. You can change the default classes. If you don't want that there, maybe you want 3 variants of Devastator Marines. You can unlock up to 6 loadouts and customize everything about it. It's perfect. It's honestly just, for me, absolutely perfect. But Warhammer 40,000 isn't about who has the prettiest armor of all. No, let's start a match. Let's start a search for a classic match of Exterminatus. Maybe you're wondering what Exterminatus means. It just sounds like a fancy word for exterminate. Kinda is. Because what's the best way to think of it? If I was to give you a metaphor, say you saw your house was infested with spiders. Would you call it an exterminator? That would require the exterminator to put himself at risk. And that risk might actually be detrimental to him. He could end up getting injured or something. Or maybe those toxins that he's using might damage your house in some way. But what if you could find a different way of doing it? What if you didn't have to call an exterminator? What if it was too risky for him? What would you do then? Would you nuke your house? That's what Exterminatus is. It's, this is risky, let's blow this planet up. And you can hear in the background, right there, I'm going to pick my Tactical Marine. Because the Tactical Marine, I'm going to have default spawn. Yeah, I'm right here, bitch. I'm fighting against a bunch of orcs right here. You can see them down there. I can see all of them. And these guns. Listen to the guns. Does that sound like warfare to you, ladies and gentlemen? It should. This is not one of those things where you're listening to a sissy gun going pew 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 or any of that bull. No. In this, you're talking about the heaviest shit you could possibly imagine. Sometimes you get bugs like that. I'm not sure how we're possibly going to rectify that. But we're gonna. Anyone got a jump pack? Maybe try a ground slam on it. Maybe his ground slam will work. I don't actually know if it does. I think we might actually be stuck. I think this bug might have got us stuck. Oh! Yes! He did it! That right there was a ground slam. What's a ground slam? You fly up in the air and you decide, no, I don't want to be in the air. I want to fly down towards the ground and punch the shit out of whatever's on it. This game is just pure anarchy. It's enjoyment in every form. We're starting into a new wave, right? Where the hell is this other enemy? Ah, damn it. Don't tell me you're doing this. Darn. Why did I say darn? Because I, quite frankly, don't feel I should befoul the Emperor's ears by having him listen to the swearing. This is just... It's annoying when it bugs out. No question about it. This is really annoying. But when you're actually playing the game, it's just so much fun. It's weird how much fun it actually is. Because this is not one of those things where you have to take cover to regenerate your health. In multiplayer, you regenerate your health over time as long as your health is lower than full and your armor is full and you're not taking hit. In single player, want to know how you regenerate health? You kill enemies in the most brutal ways possible. You know what? Okay, that's irritating. That irritates me, to say the least. But maybe we should have a look at the campaign. Yeah. Let's just continue from where I left off when I was last playing the campaign. Retake or destroy the orc-held planetary defense gun. By the way, this has got a really good plotline to it and all. I enjoy the plotline. What is this I'm holding? It's called a Vengeance Launcher. Know what a Vengeance Launcher is? It's a thing that fires grenades. It's a big grenade launcher. Oh, listen to the little... Those things are so cute. Yeah, there are some enemies where you won't even feel intimidated, you'll just be like, oh, look at a little boy. Also, listen to the sound of that. Does it sound like I'm firing rocket-propelled explosive shells? Because I sure as hell am. Right, I've taken damage. What's the best way to regenerate my health? I'm gonna go into that guy. Now, let's execute him. That right there, ladies and gentlemen. Did that look painful? To me, it looked painful. It looked like I hurt that gentleman's feelings and him. Oh my god, it's just so damn fun. This. You hear that revving noise? You know why that revving noise is there? Because this isn't just any sword. This is a chain sword. I feel like I should be advertising for Marks and Spencer's right now or something. This is a chainsaw and a sword. They had a baby together. A chainsaw met a sword and fell in love. And they had a baby together. And this is their baby. That illegitimate little bastard child is right here. Just yes. In an infinite number of ways, yes. We have to run through here. What could we possibly find in here? On a planet full of 1,000,000 orcs. What do we find? You think you boys scare me even with your numbers? You're the same size as me, but you're not anywhere near as good as me. Example. This is on hard difficulty, by the way, which is why my health is actually basically decreasing and all. You're playing on a lower difficulty and you feel like death incarnate. Why? Because that's how Space Marines feel. That's what they are. Also, everything in this has a nice British accent. Even the orcs, some of them, you listen to them, they sound British. My Space Marines sound British. It's kind of fitting because I'm playing a game in which I'm a member of the Imperium. The Imperium, what do you think? It's a Latin name. The British probably used to like Latin at some point, maybe. It's an empire. Romans had a good empire. British had a good empire. That's nice. It's nice that they actually take things like that into consideration. Secondary lift. That right there, down there. that used to contain an item. I can't remember which one. I think it might have been my vengeance launcher. For some reason my movement is incredibly slowed. Okay. No, it's not. What do we have in here? Grenades. Good. Everything about this game just screams, I am anarchy. Fear my coming. It's just... Right, let's take this lift up. I'm pretty sure at the top of this, there's a magnificent little bit waiting. Sort of a gauntlet. You know the way there used to be gauntlets in games? These really hard arenas, which were just chaos. You were just killing everything because it was trying to kill you. They've sort of went out of fashion, but this still has them. This still has that, hey, guess what? There are lots of things trying to kill you. What are you gonna do? You're gonna prove to them that you can't be killed. I just charged into those guys, and look, my shoulder charge is capable of doing that to them. They just got pulverized. Just unlocked my purity seal, marksman mode. There we go. T to enter fury mode, left control. I'm pretty sure it also works if I just aim down sights. Yeah. Oh, Space Marines, eh? Well noticed. This is not a game for the faint of heart or stomach, by the way. Why? Because this game is violent in the most unnecessary way whatsoever. But it's necessary. In the grim darkness of the far future, I will blow the shit out of anything which pisses me off. That's basically what we're talking here. He is pushing that shell. Oh, we got a bunch of little Gretchens trying to kill me. They're called Gretchens. How cute is that? Oh. Look. I can just aim.
Enemy sighted.
Oh no. Their little suicide boys actually blew themselves up. Oh, now we've got a fun one. What did I do with fun ones? This. You've got a bunch of bombs on you, boy. Right, I'm taking a lot of fire, so I'm gonna take cover, regenerate my armor. Quick time events. Shit. There we go. That's him dead. And look at that. I just rammed a sword which is about 3 foot long into his face. I want to try and line up 2 of these guys for 1 shell. Did I do it? I think I did. Right, you know what? Time to shoot some enemies and their big ugly mugs. Could have used it for melee. Decided to use it to take out those ranged boys, because honestly they're the only ones capable of doing that much damage to me. Let's find an exit. Alright, let's run out here. And then we'll wrap this up. But let's have a look at this. Boom. That was the gun we just destroyed, by the way. That big thing that looked like the top of the tower coming down. That was the gun.
The guardsmen will get their supplies now.
Yeah. That's what this game is like.
What is your situation, Lieutenant?
We're gathering our wounded and are heading to the Andrews habitation block to establish an outpost. With the cannon down, our support craft will land there.
Very well. My battle brothers and I must secure any operational Warlord-class Titans before the Orcs can loot them.
Good luck.
Voice acting there, as you heard, incredible. The composition work, listen. Oh damn, I said it just as I ended, but the music for this is tremendous. Lot of orcs down there. I love it when they shout that. Damn it. Really should pick up some ammo. Damn. I'm not used to ballistic systems and all. Having to actually calculate where the bullets are gonna go. In this, I always forget that this is basically hit scan. Why? Because these bullets are fucking tremendous. These bullets do a hell of a lot of damage and they fly a hell of a distance. This is just... Listen to that tribal music sound. It's got a very, very tribal influence to it. It sounds like I'm some kind of sadistic warrior who's about to engage in combat with a bunch of sadistic warriors. Entirely correct. Let's open here. You know what, ladies and gentlemen? I think this is a good way to round up this episode. This is just the most enjoyable game I have played in a third-person shooter genre. There are very few games I would say I honestly feel like I'm having as much fun with. The only ones I can think of offhand that I would say are even comparable to how fun this is, they're not even the same genre. I love how much power I have in Command and Conquer. General specifically, it was my favourite out of all of them. I love how much power I wield in a very good game of Battlefield and Call of Duty. When I'm on a 15 kill streak, I feel like an absolute god. In Battlefield, when I'm netting headshots from 500 meters away, I feel like an absolute god. And then in this game, I've got that sensation all the time. You just feel powerful. It's a tremendous game. Like, look. The amount of dust smashing off the ground around me when I roll. Screen shaking. You want to know the funny thing? It's not really the screen entirely. A lot of the time if you're running like that, you will shake the ground around you. Because these guys weigh over a ton. They're just ultimate badasses. That's what they are. That's what this game is. It's an ultimate badass simulator. So ladies and gentlemen, just buy this game. The link is in the Steam description the link to Steam, sorry, is in the description below. Check it out. This has my seal of approval. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is XPCReaper. This is another episode of the library card for TrojanHorseGaming. As always, enjoy your night, and see you next time.